flying high.
I think the impact at Irving will be big. I mean, a lot of the airport employees want to live close. People want to live close to where they work.
Frontier Airlines is bringing new jobs to our area and expanding service. Find out about the impact. Taking steps.
We really all will walk to make a difference.
Police officers and hundreds of others raise money for Irving-based Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Hear why the cause is so personal to them. Attracting visitors.
This is really nice. Look, you've got a great location and lots to do.
The Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is sharing opportunities for fun around the city. See how they believe these good times will build business. Plus the competition where adorable dogs run with their owners. And a preview of Holidays at Heritage, now on City Source. TxDOT is spreading an important safety message as it works to stop a deadly streak. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Robert Sheik. Find out about the biggest concerns on our highways coming up. But we begin with economic development news from DFW Airport. Frontier Airlines is offering a crew base at DFW next spring.
When we make an investment of a crew base, we're setting down roots here.
The announcement means jobs. 120 pilots, 220 flight attendants, and dozens of new airport personnel are expected. They'll be based at DFW and live in the area instead of just passing through. The jobs will generate about $78 million in the regional economy each year. And that's just the start. Frontier's CEO says the carrier is the fastest growing at DFW, and he sees that trend continuing.
We wouldn't honestly open just for 120 pilots and 220 flight attendants. I mean, we plan to grow it considerably beyond that. And we have enough aircraft on order to triple our size over the next 7 to 10 years.
Along with that news, Frontier also announced 5 new routes from DFW. That will make Frontier the airport's third largest carrier based on number of destinations served. This is the latest in a series of positive developments for DFW Airport post-pandemic.
The regional economy is still growing here, so when you put all that together, our airport recovered faster than virtually any other airport. We're almost back to 2019 levels already, and just nothing but upside from here.
We have more business news later as local chambers of commerce come together for a mega mixer and talk about recent wins. The city of Irving continues to spread the message about changes to solid waste services. Crews are delivering bags containing a flyer explaining the changes, as well as a magnet showing collection days for your neighborhood. Teams will be hanging them on front doors of homes across the city. The collection updates went into effect on October 1st. Thomas Gandy spoke with Mayor Rick Stouffer about them.
We are talking about changes to Irving solid waste services with Mayor Rick Stouffer. Thanks for having us out in your neighborhood today.
Good morning, Thomas. Thanks for coming all this way north.
Sure, great to be here. And so much has been said about the changes to solid waste services. Let's reset the conversation and talk about how we got here. How did this all get started that the city really had to make a change?
Well, it started several years ago as we started to see the challenges that we were facing with our CDL drivers because there was more demand and more demand for them across the Metroplex and across the country. So people saw the opportunity to take those jobs, which are a lot less taxing on a person's body than what we do. And so as we saw more and more leave and it was harder and harder for us to hire them, we realized that we wanted to make sure that those that were working for us had good conditions and we're not burdening them. We saw where we were going to 5 and 6 days a week for them to be working, and realistically for an employee to be in a situation where they throw 600 to 800 bags a day that weigh up to 75 pounds 6 days a week, it's just hard on a person's body, and it's something very few people can do.
And even increasing the pay rate didn't make enough of a difference. So what's happening now? What are the next steps going to be?
Well, what we're doing right now is we've made the decision to stay with bags. There was a lot of controversy over were we going to do carts, were we going to do bags. We're going to do bags, and what we're doing is we're actually picking up once a week, recycling, which we always did. We're doing bulky products such as furniture once a week like we always did. And we're doing brush and debris once a week like we always did. What we have done is we've cut back to once a week on our regular solid waste.
And so I know you've heard a lot from residents and all this. What is your message to residents who are coping with the changes?
Well, first of all, I want to thank them for their patience and perseverance because it's been a real challenge and there's been a lot of misinformation out there. And so they've been our great partners with us through this process. And I know that they're understanding, I know they want this to work, and so I appreciate those that are doing that and working with their neighborhoods so that we can look at these new guidelines and see if there's a better way to work with our operators, making sure that they can do the job more efficiently and effectively. So I would say that our residents have had their challenges through this, and I'm very grateful to them for taking their time and their patience, and we're going to get this to a point where they're really going to be proud of what we're doing.
Irving Mayor Rick Stouffer, thanks so much for keeping your eyes on this and keeping us updated.
Thank you, Thomas.
And of course, you can follow the latest at cityofirving.org/SWS.
One common question the city receives involves holidays. If your regular collection day falls on a holiday, your trash will be collected the following day. So that means people who would normally have their trash picked up on Thursdays will not have collection on Thanksgiving Day. Instead, crews will be by on Friday, November 25th. On another holiday waste topic, Irving Water Utilities is reminding residents not to pour fats, oils, and grease down the drain where they can cause clogs and sewer backups. A collection bin is available at the Valley View Municipal Complex. That's at 333 Valley View Lane. The bin is available daily from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. through January 31st. All grease must be in closed containers. As we approach the holidays, there are more parties and celebrations. Of course, everyone encourages celebrating safely and responsibly. Irving-based Mothers Against Drunk Driving sees a lot of support for its mission during the annual fundraiser, Walk Like Mad. This year, it started at Levy Event Plaza, and Thomas talked with participants.
Look, this is one of the biggest teams we've had in the last 11 years.
Friends and family of Angel Martinez are at Irving's Levy Event Plaza to march in memory of Jose Aguilar.
He was 4 years old when he was killed.
Little Jose was a victim of a drunken driver. And even though many years have passed, this team vows to always remember.
He liked Winnie the Pooh. That's why we're all in yellow.
The Irving Police Department also has a big team here to honor the memory of one of their own.
Officer Holmes is the reason why we walk, and that's why we're out here today.
Officers and other City of Irving employees are among a big crowd participating in the annual Walk Like Mad.
That kind of just goes to show you how the movement gets support from all levels, and it really is a great cause.
The turnout is great. This is my first event. I'm very excited about it.
More victims!
This is a major fundraiser for Irving-based Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and the nonprofit is again honoring Irving PD for its support with 2 awards.
Our top participant team, our good friends at the Irving Police Department.
We are so grateful for the Irving Police Department. They are a huge partner of ours. They go above and beyond for our organization.
It is time for everyone to set out on the walk. This event is raising more than $64,000.
The money goes towards our programs and our victim services.
They provided counseling, helped us with funeral services, and so we're just doing our part to support, to give back.
Along with raising money, they are raising awareness. They want every step forward to advance their message.
Don't drive after you've been drinking, especially in today's society when there's so many ride shares out there. It's so very easy if you're going to go out on the town to get a ride.
We are the second highest county in the state for alcohol-related fatalities. That's kind of impactful, and it reiterates to the officers the importance of going out and doing impaired driving enforcement.
Okay.
As the walk wraps up, the participants know there is a lot of work still ahead, and MAD plans to keep working until there are no more victims.
And this is a great event to show that.
Thomas Gandy for City Source.
Everyone who drives a vehicle or rides in one should be aware of some disturbing statistics. Texas has not recorded a deathless day on the roadways since the year 2000. Last year alone, nearly 4,500 people lost their lives statewide. Also since 2019, highway fatalities have risen nearly 40% in this region. Those numbers are the reasons why TxDOT has a new campaign called End the Streak. Kendall Kirkham-Sloan is with the Texas Department of Transportation, and she joins us now. Thanks for coming in, Kendall.
Thank you so much for having me this morning, and I know it's been a really busy week in the media, busy week in politics, so we appreciate you guys making the time.
Well, absolutely. As the holidays approach and this becomes a big talking point, what are some of the main factors that we're seeing in these crashes?
So the top 3 contributing factors to these crashes, to fatalities in our state, are distracted driving, speeding, and driving under the influence. And I think the biggest message that we want to get home today is that most crashes are preventable, and anything that we do on our roadways, driving, it's everyone's responsibility, everyone sharing the road to stop some of these risky behaviors.
Your team shared some numbers that provided some interesting demographic information. Can you tell us who's most impacted, men compared to women, younger versus older?
Yeah, this is really interesting. So when you look at these numbers, the number of men affected in these fatalities is double that of women. And then also they're mostly people under the age of 30, and that includes children. So it's worth noting, it's worth emphasizing, please make sure that your children are properly secured in your vehicle, that they're buckled up properly, or they are appropriately secured in a car seat, depending on their age.
Here in Irving, we have a lot of highway construction around the former stadium site. What are the concerns driving through those construction zones?
We want everyone passing through that area to please continue to just exercise caution and drive to the conditions, not the speed limit. And you really need to be hyper aware of your surroundings in these work zones, because there is a lot of activity at any given time, and we want to keep everybody safe.
Well, as we all head out on the highway during the holiday season, what are some of the things we can all do to kind of make a difference?
Please buckle up. Please slow down. Please leave enough space between you and the driver in front of you. And as I mentioned a moment ago, drive to the conditions, not necessarily the speed limit at all times, especially as we get into these winter months, into a severe winter weather season. You need to be really paying attention to that, because as we know here in Texas and in DFW especially, the weather can change on a dime. So we just need to be hyper vigilant, and please just think about the next time you get behind the wheel and you're considering doing some of these risky behaviors, so that we all can make it to our destination and make it alive.
All right, Kendall Kirkham-Sloan from TxDOT, thanks so much for joining us to talk about this important topic we sometimes take for granted.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
In other news, the city of Irving is hiring, and there's a cash incentive program to help attract applicants. Right now, new full-time employees can receive up to $1,500 during their first year of employment, provided there are no attendance or discipline issues. There are open positions in several departments and at a range of experience levels. Check them out at cityofirving.org/jobs. New employment and business opportunities are always big topics at Chamber of Commerce networking events. A recent event brought together several local chambers to maximize the impact. Thomas Gandy reports from the Toyota of Irving Mega Mixer.
So I'd like to welcome you all to this wonderful 5-star mixer.
It's not just any Chamber of Commerce mixer.
I see the diversity of Irving here.
This is the annual Mega Mixer, hosted by Toyota of Irving.
Kind of like a chamber party to go to throughout the year.
It started with the Irving Chamber and Irving Hispanic Chamber and grows each year to bring in more diverse groups.
It's always great to be able to network with other chambers.
As chambers, we have a lot of work that we do individually, and we don't often get to interact with each other. And so it's great to see the whole diversity of Irving brought together in this way.
It's always good to work with other chambers. More people you meet, more business you create.
We're all in this community together. All of them coming together. It's just a really good diversity.
We just open our arms up to involve ourselves in it.
Along with the music and other draws,
A lot of food, a lot of everything else.
there are other reasons for all of the smiles in this business-minded crowd. Irving is at the center of a lot of positive economic activity. Wells Fargo recently announced it will build a new corporate campus on this property in Paws Colinas.
There hadn't been office buildings built in the urban center other than what the city had done since the 80s almost. And so to see these come out of the ground is really exciting for us to know that we're going to have two great buildings.
In South Irving, a new Albertsons is on track to open soon. And infrastructure improvements are underway on Irving Boulevard that set the stage for future growth.
We're excited about that. And it's across the city. We're seeing a lot of opportunities in the Heritage District.
And there's a lot of really, really good things going on in the city. All the wins we've had on the economic side with businesses coming in, to our employment rate.
And it could all lead to new business opportunities for the people attending this event.
Oh my goodness, it is so exciting. I mean, I'm excited for my business, and I think for a lot of other business owners in the chamber and in the community itself to see others come and bring other people in.
This mega mixer also includes nonprofits, so business people can see ways to share their prosperity with others in Irving.
Trying to get people to work together, to network, to help each other. So it's a good time to be in Irving.
Thomas Gandy for City Source.
The Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and we're going to be showing you some of the celebrations and tributes in the weeks ahead. The Bureau is already focusing on building business in the years to come, and that can involve showcasing all of the fun around the city. Thomas Gandy has more.
I can't believe how beautiful it is.
On paddle boards, in kayaks, and in a swan paddle boat, members of this group are exploring Irving's Lake Carolyn and the Mandalay Canal.
How was the ride?
Awesome. It's beautiful.
At the exact same moment,
Right and left.
people are at Mama Tried at the Toyota Music Factory learning how to line dance.
I don't dance, but it sounds fun.
Here at Nosh and Bottle, they are playing musical bingo.
I think we've got a bingo.
There are other activities too, all happening simultaneously.
I learned how to make some really good drinks.
All of this comes as the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau hosts the Texas Society of Association Executives. A lot of these people are leaders of state organizations that hold meetings that Irving would like to host.
And we're doing all of these things to show groups what they can do with their own groups for activities when they hopefully pick Irving for their conventions.
While many places can offer 4 walls, tables, and chairs, that is not enough. Most groups want more from a destination.
It's kind of what can we do after hours, but what can we do for team building? What can we do to kind of mix up the day?
So important. And especially after COVID, everybody's bursting at the seams to get out, and they want to be able to get together in a group.
The activities are making an impression as planners see Irving stepping up.
It's really neat. I like it. I mean, I haven't been here. We're having an event in Frisco. We've had some in Fort Worth, but this is really nice. Look, you've got a great location and lots to do.
It's quite awakening. I didn't know Irving had this area out here, so I've never just spent time in Irving, so it's nice.
It's so beautiful. I would have no idea this was here. I would have no idea there was a lake here and paddleboarding. I wouldn't think of Irving as a place that I would go paddleboarding while I was at a conference.
Oftentimes when we come to meetings, we're only at the convention center or the hotel for the actual meeting itself. So it's nice to get out, determine exactly what's available in the city so that when we bring our own groups, we're able to plan some of these things as well.
All of this is really to set the foundation, not for the next week or the next month, but really for the next 3 to 10 years. All of these groups have the opportunity to come to this part of the state.
Another round.
Hundreds of visitors getting a sample of Irving activities on this day, potentially leading to thousands of visitors in the future. Visitors who will generate a lot of economic activity while they experience the best of the city.
We're loving it.
Thomas Gandy for City Source.
The new Paws Colinas dog park was the start and finish of a fun event that brought hundreds of people out with their pets. The Las Colinas Association and the Irving Marathon Running Series teamed up to host the Paws Colinas 5K9.
3, 2, 1, go!
What I love about this event is we all have one thing in common. We all love dogs.
This is Mocha. He is a 1.5-year liver spotted Dalmatian. I got him specifically to be a running dog because, fun fact, Dalmatians can go up to 10 miles with you once they're trained.
Decided to work with the DFW Humane Society. We again have 400 people that came here to run that are dog lovers.
So it's an opportunity for them to get to know a nonprofit here in town that does a lot for dogs as well.
And here are the events in the Irving Marathon Running Series. The Irving Turkey Trot is on Thanksgiving Day. It's an 8-mile and 5K. And on December 17th, you can participate in the Irving Frost Half Marathon. Registration is open now at irvingmarathon.com. This year's holiday parade is on Saturday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. in downtown Irving. The theme is Irving's Polar Express. Applications to participate in the parade are available now at irvingevents.org. That parade is followed by a tree lighting in Heritage Park. And there's a lot more to the Holidays at Heritage series. On Friday, December 9th, hear live music from the Merry Band of Christmas, followed by a showing of Jack Frost on the big screen. On Saturday, December 10th, it's karaoke. On Friday, December 16th, dance performances start at 6 p.m. and they're followed by the movie The Polar Express. And on the following day, the one and only Santa Claus will be on site for photos. All events are at Heritage Park. More details are at cityofirving.org/holidays at heritage. The city is extending holiday lighting and decorations to include Main Street this year. Many of the businesses on Main have been having a difficult time getting people to visit in recent months because of the construction on Irving Boulevard. Downtown Irving offers unique shops and restaurants all the time, but another reason to visit now is that Small Business Saturday is coming up on November 26th. That was founded with the goal of supporting community business. Neon Nights Disc Golf is back, for a few special dates at least. As you can see in this archive video, it's a chance to play disc golf in the dark and take in some vibrant colors. Tee times are available on Friday, December 2nd, 9th, and 16th, starting at 6 p.m. each evening. Each tee time is $5. Registration is available at any City of Irving Rec Center or online at cityofirving.org/IrvingRec. The games are held at W.O. Harrington Park at 5350 Valley View Lane. As we mentioned earlier, the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is celebrating its golden anniversary. We'll have coverage of the reception in honor of that milestone coming up next time on City Source. And Irving Parks and Recreation employees join other cities to put their skills to the test. See some of the unusual competitions next time on City Source. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, find us on YouTube. Our channel is at youtube.com/the City of Irving. And while you're there, keep in mind that we always appreciate the likes and positive comments. And look for updates on events and initiatives across the major social media platforms at the City of Irving. That's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.